welcome to my kitchen, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you 5 dinners we had this past week. One, I wanted to keep them very simple, so I wasn't doing any complicated recipes. Secondly, the weather was like above normal for November. We had record-breaking temperatures. People were wearing shorts, like ice cream was something that people were going out to enjoy, and it was really nice to kind of have some nice weather again, maybe have a little bit of a barbecue one night. And I think the third thing that I was really wanting to do was keep things simple. I didn't want a lot of cleanup. I wanted to clean out some things from my refrigerator and freezer, some produce that I didn't use up from last week, and I wanted to make sure that nothing went to waste. So those all contributed to what I decided to make my family for dinner. So here's what we ate for 5 nights. We are starting off on Friday night. I had gotten groceries on this day, so I picked up this artisan flatbread at Walmart. I thought it would be something different and also being able to keep dinner easy. I'm using Rayo's marinara. I get it at Costco. 2 jars at Costco is the same price as 1 jar in one of our local grocery stores, and I actually think this one is bigger. I really do like the quality of Rayo's marinara, so I don't need a lot of it. I'm just finishing off this jar. And Friday nights is always pizza night in our house, and I was getting tired of big, heavy pizza from like pizzerias, or also getting the chain ones, or making my homemade dough. I wanted something a little bit simpler, and that's where I found these pre-made flatbreads came in very handy. So I just kept the toppings very simple. Pepperoni, and then I had mushrooms in my refrigerator, so I sliced them up. And then my favorite topping is green pepper, so I had that on top too. And then I'm just using cheese that's already shredded. I just get tired of heavy pizza with a lot of cheese. I like not too thick of a crust. I like the toppings that I like. These are my 3 favorite, and then I don't like a lot of cheese. I like a nice balanced pizza, and also the indulgence of the Rayo's marinara I find kind of kicks this flatbread up. So I haven't used these before, so I wasn't sure how long they were going to take. So I was preheating my oven, I think to 425 or 450, whatever it said on the directions. And then I'm just going to use some salad kits that I got. I got hearts of romaine, and then I also got this sweet kale salad kit because I had some goat cheese with cranberries in my refrigerator, and I wanted to use this up, so I thought it would go really nice on top of the salad. So I took out my pizzas. I did broil them, and they just browned up a little bit too much, so I need to work out my temperature, but I was excited to cut these. I think they were going to be really easy to slice, and they were. I just kind of cut them in triangles except for the end. These were a perfect balance, and then the simple salad that was already ready to go for me. I just put romaine on the bottom, the sweet kale, and then the cheese on top was the perfect balance. This looks like something you would get in a restaurant, but I found it was the perfect balance of homemade, but also using some convenience items to make dinner easier. This was Saturday night. I took out this Japanese grilled chicken the night before because I knew that it was going to be a beautiful day, and I wanted to use the barbecue. There's my supervisor, Hunter, keeping an eye on everything. So I just put these in the fridge until we were ready to grill, and there they are. My husband's going to take them out, and I will link the videos down below to give you more information, and I'm just going to go ahead and make the side. I have some mushrooms that I finished off, and then I had some snow peas that I didn't end up using, and then I wanted a pop of color, so I'm just going to go ahead and slice up some red pepper, and I'm just making noodles on the side, and I just thought this was like a really perfect dinner. I had this chicken in my freezer that I really regretted not barbecuing, and I was going to try it in my air fryer. And then when I saw how warm it was going to be, I'm like, this is a wonderful opportunity to make sure that is something that we're going to get to enjoy and really keep dinner simple. And I'm glad that I did. So anyways, friends, I love these pans from Costco. They are the Kirkland brand. They were 3 for $50. I'll link them down below. I think they would make an excellent Christmas gift. My water is coming to a boil. This is some millet and brown rice ramen noodles I decided to pick up at Costco because they were on sale. I would definitely purchase them again. I like them a lot better than just the regular ramen. They're just a little bit more filling. So anyways, I have all of my vegetables sauteing in some sesame oil, and then I'm just going to put 4 packs of the noodles in. And then once they boil for a minute, you're just supposed to use like a couple of forks or tongs to separate them and then cook them for 3 minutes. I had a little bit too much water in my pot, so I was trying to keep it from boiling over, so I got the wooden spoon out. So I think that helped it a little bit. So anyways, I had some teriyaki sauce in my refrigerator and I wanted to finish it up. So I emptied the bottle and worked it in, but there was also a nice flavor from the sesame oil. So anyways, I'm just going to get that all stirred up. I love these pans. They are so good for sauteing. There is my noodles. I drain them. I just rinse them with a little bit of cold water, and then I'm going to put them in with my noodles. Now this is really simple. I really found that these rice noodles were a lot easier to work with than the regular ramen. I also found that they were a lot more filling and just a little bit more nutritional value to them. So if you see them at Costco, they're actually a pretty decent price compared to what you would see them at like specialty stores. I also added a little bit more soy sauce just to give it a little bit of extra flavor. So I'm just going to work this all in. Very simple. I love the fact that my husband's out grilling and the pups are out with him supervising, so it gives me a little bit of a break in the kitchen. But I like the different colors of the vegetables, so I just plated it up. This looked delicious. It was delicious. And then a little bit of sesame seeds on top of the noodles was the perfect finishing touch. It was a lot lighter than something we would have ordered or gotten for takeout, and it was delicious. So the best part about this is that there was lots of leftovers and even an easier cleanup. So anyways, friends, I just cut up the chicken, put it all in one bowl. I didn't worry about mixing it up because this was going to be a couple of lunches. So I had to take a couple of little pieces and give one to Linus and one to Hunter. So that was our simple dinner on this Saturday night. It is now Sunday night after the time change, and I wanted to keep dinner really simple. I had this fully cooked bacon that I got at Costco. I like it, but I would not buy it again because it is just too much for our family. So I took some slices out, cut them in half, and then I just heat them up in the frying pan. And I also had these tater crisps in the freezer. I would not buy these again. I didn't really care for them. I'd rather make the, hash browns from scratch, but I did them in the air fryer. I had some everything bagels. We didn't have all the breakfast sandwiches on the weekend, and I had strawberries. And then I also wanted to finish off this shredded cheese because I did not have any cheese slices. So anyways, the bacon is there, and I'm also going to open up a can of beans. I know a lot of people don't have beans with their breakfast, or we're having Brinner breakfast for dinner, but I think it's pretty common in Britain. Let me know. So there is the bacon on the eggs. I'm also going to put the cheese. This pan cleaned up so easily. I can't tell you how much I love these. They are just absolutely amazing. So there's the finished product. Nothing fancy. It was delicious. It was just the perfect balance, and even my husband said that was a really good dinner. He enjoyed it. Best part, easy cleanup and no leftovers. It is Monday now, and the weather has changed. It's definitely cooler, so I took out a whole chicken the night before, and I'm going to roast it. I'm also sharing some carrots with the pups. Now, earlier in the day, I was thinking about making mashed potatoes and gravy and maybe making some stovetop and have like a roasted chicken dinner. And then reality set in, and I'm like, you know what? I just want to keep it really simple. I just want to roast the chicken. I want to kind of have like a one-pan dinner. But the biggest thing is that I wanted to make sure that I had the chicken breast left over for dinner the next night because I'm going to use it to make club sandwiches. So anyways, I have my scissors from my knife set. I apologize if you don't like seeing raw chicken, but I wanted to share a tip with you whenever you're going to roast a chicken. I just did a search on the internet and it showed me how to cut like the backbone out of the chicken, and then you're able to lay it flat. I really do find when I'm just doing a simple roasted chicken, this method works the best because I find my chicken cooks evenly. I'm also trying to stick to like one pan, and this seems to be the pan that I'm using and really liking. So there's my beautiful chicken resting comfortably, all flat. And I'm just going to go ahead and put the carrots in here. I have my oven preheating to 450 degrees. And then I'm just going to go ahead and get some butter. And I don't know what made me use my hands to rub it in, but I did. And it was very, very messy. I should have used a brush, but I wanted to make sure that I worked it all in because I wanted the herbs and spices and everything that I was going to be using to flavor the chicken to be able to stick to it and then also kind of brown up. So anyways, I'm just putting some salt, some pepper. I'm also going to put some parsley, some sweet paprika, and then also some thyme. And I just wanted to have a simple cleanup tonight. The thoughts of having like a big roasted chicken dinner sounded delicious, but if somebody else was cooking and cleaning up the mess, I would have loved it. But since I was doing everything, I just wanted to keep it really simple, and that's what I did today. So I'm just going to cover this up with tin foil, and then I'm going to put it into my oven that's been preheated to 450 degrees, and I'm going to roast it for about 35 to 40 minutes. And then I was thinking about making mashed potatoes, but then I remembered that I had these little potatoes I got, I don't know, last week or a couple of weeks ago. They're already washed. They don't take as long to bake. And then you just put some oil and the seasoning packets in there. So I just decided to add them to the chicken. They didn't take as long as the carrots and chicken. And this is the finished product. It didn't look fancy. It smelled amazing. I used my meat thermometer. The chicken was cooked perfect. I really like this flat approach. And my husband, when we were eating, he's like, this is really good chicken. And I'm like, yeah, it is. So I just cut the quarters for us, and it didn't look good, but it really tasted amazing. And there's just something about the simplicity of roasted chicken. This is the last dinner, and it is nothing fancy. So I have some sweet potatoes, and I'm just going to cut them up for fries. My oven is preheating to 375 degrees, so those are all cut up. And I'm using this avocado oil spray. I got it from Costco, and I like to use Montreal steak spice on them. I find it gives it a little bit of kick compared to just salt and pepper. So I'm going to put these into the oven for about 30-35 minutes, and then I'm going to check on them. So here is what they look like after the 35 minutes. They're cooked, but I'm going to put the temperature up to 425 just to kind of finish them up. And then I have the last of the bacon. I'm just putting it in the air fryer. We are having club sandwiches, so I have the toast going. And there's 3 of us. Sometimes I wish we had a 6-slice toaster. I cut some of the chicken for hubby's lunch tomorrow with the potatoes and carrots that were left over. The bacon's good, and then I have the cheese, and then just basil and Miracle Whip. I kind of have an assembly line going, and the plates are ready. And of course, you have to have some ketchup to go with the fries, and there is my supervisor making sure that everything's going good. So a very simple dinner, but it's one that everybody likes, and it cleaned out some things in the fridge. I didn't have any lettuce. It was bad, but that's okay. I was still able to make it work. So there's the fries, and they're not crispy, but you can pick them up and eat them. Andrew loves them. They're very flavorful, and the sandwiches were so delicious. I love the chicken, and it finished off the bacon. So this was a very simple dinner, but we were all full and satisfied afterwards. So anyways, cleaned up a bunch of stuff, and everybody loved it. These dinners were not fancy. They were very, very simple, but I think it lets you have some ideas of what real dinners look like. And, you know, being able to use some dinners for leftovers for lunch, taking the chicken and using it for another night. But the one thing that was consistent was that we enjoyed them all. They were very simple cleanup, and I was able to clean some of those items out of my freezer and my fridge so they didn't go to waste. And I think it was exactly just what I needed kind of for a break. I didn't want to overthink things. I thought about dinner the night before. I took it out, took the meat out the night before, so I was ready for it. And I just kind of let what I had inspire me on what to make. So hopefully this will give you some ideas of things that you have hanging around, or also just to let you know that everything doesn't have to be fancy every night. And these were 5 dinners that we really did enjoy. I love the leftovers. I like the simplicity of it, but I'm not gonna lie. I have a couple of recipes that I'm looking forward to trying and sharing with you too, and about having that balance. So anyways, friends, I hope that you enjoyed this dinners video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and let me know what some of your simple dinners are that you love to make for your family. So thanks for watching, everybody. Have an absolutely amazing day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.